Drum circles have been around for thousands of years with inside culturally specific rhythmic cultures. I've studied that aspect of it and made it accessible to modern day drumming.
Buongiorno a tutti, buonasera a tutti. Siamo insieme ad Arthur Hall, che è il fondatore di Village Music Circle, nonché creatore e scopritore del metodo che poi ha preso il suo nome per la facilitazione di eventi ritmici per la comunità. Arthur ha formato più di 12.000 facilitatori in tutto il mondo, insegnando loro a facilitare per il benessere di comunità in tutti i tipi di contesti e per adulti, bambini ed anziani. E stasera parliamo con lui del suo libro più importante, forse più letto in tutto il mondo, che è Drum Circle Facilitation, Building Community Through Rhythm, che stiamo traducendo e sarà pubblicato in Italia da metà febbraio. So, my question for you, la mia domanda per te, Arthur, la mia prima domanda è: c'è qualcosa che vorresti dire sul Drum Circle prima che parliamo del tuo libro?
Here's the secret. It's not about the drum. The drum is just the tool. It's the easiest to play musical instrument in the world, and you don't have to be a drummer to drum. And because of that, it's accessible to everyone. And now through drumming together, connections are being made, healings are happening, community is being built, and the world is a little bit better place.
So, Arthur, when and why you started writing this book?
People started asking me, how do I do what I do when I'm facilitating a drum circle? And I was still in the process of figuring out how to be able to facilitate a rhythm-based event in different populations in our modern day society. So I wrote the first book as an inspirational book with some basic kindergarten instructions for the trainings I was beginning to do on drum circle facilitation. Then I wrote the second book, which is the book that's being translated into Italian. And that book has everything that you need to know and want to know about how to facilitate rhythm-based events in almost any population, and 7 things you didn't want to know. I am pleased to hear that the book is being translated into Italian. It is going to strengthen your trainings that you're doing as a Village Music Circle certified global trainer, that will make the information more accessible and easier to the students and help move forward the facilitated rhythm event movement in Italy. The book is very, we would say in America, malleable. And so luckily I was smart enough to write it in such a way that it reaches the needs of particular people who are going to utilize the tools in different areas: school teachers, music therapists, kids at risk counselors, orchestra conductors, community, family-friendly community drum circles, corporate trainers. The list goes on and on and on. Professional percussionists, and of course, a lot of recreational veteran drum circle drummers who see they see facilitated drum circles as a tool in their community in some way, and as a new profession. So this book has launched thousands of professions, a new profession called Rhythm Event Facilitator.
Mm-hmm. How and why you would suggest the reading of this book, looking at the post-COVID atmosphere that hopefully will happen, because we are not born to live into a sick world. So what is your the vision that you have on how reading this book can really help the community, especially after this thunderstorm?
People are going to be, and they already are, desperately hungry for connection and interaction, real-time connection and interaction. We in the rhythm facilitation community are doing lots of different kinds of programs on Zoom, and they have been educational, inspiring, somewhat effective, but very limited in the relationship of putting people in the same place and having the vibration of the circle permeate their bodies. And there's something about that vibration of playing with a group of people in a drum circle that does not come across in the speakers on your computer when you're doing a Zoom program. And in that vibration is a massage that goes to the soul of human beings who want to be touched and connected with other human beings, but in a safe way. And that vibration in a group drumming circle reaches out and hugs us all without touching. And so we are starving for that kind of connection. I'm quite sure that the family-friendly drum circle movement is going to get a very big boost from the COVID experience. That once that experience is over with, our recreational drumming facilitators are going to have their hands full doing family-friendly community drum circles, as well as all the other applications of drum circle facilitation that has been developed over the years on a professional level.
I'm waiting for the book in Italian for my own trainings, but I am also very happy to let the audience know that you will be here in July, if the flights will allow it. And you will be here in July for the 6-day intensive drum circle facilitation training. And it's amazing already the 3-day training, because it's really full and packed of information and experiential training. But why the 6-day is so cool?
When you do a 3-day training, the first time, you are getting big chunks of the information, the technology of drum circle facilitation. And those big chunks are foundational and important. Chunk number 1, continue to play. Chunk number 2, stop cut, understanding body language, and the like. Okay, and so you take a jar. How did that doesn't quite come across, does it?
Because of
you
the
take
background.
an invisible drawing. Okay. Wait a minute. Let me try it this way.
Yes.
You take a jar, and that's the container for the training, the 3-day training. Okay. And you participate in the 3-day training, and you walk away with a number of technologies, drum circle facilitation skills that you will be using in whatever it is that you're going to do out in the real world, doing what we call rhythm care. It doesn't matter if you're doing a school event or a corporate training, a team building program, or working with kids at risk or Alzheimer's disease or special, doesn't matter. Okay. You need these basic tools. Okay. Now, when you come back to a 3-day and you are have some experience of drum circle facilitation and knowledge of the book that's been given to you by the teacher, Harshil, then we call you a challenge person. Now, all of a sudden, you think you're full of information, but basically, in between the rocks is space. And in that space, when you do the challenge program, you get to be challenged by Harshil in relationship to your drum circle knowledge and expertise. You get to play at the edge of that knowledge and expertise, and you are challenged at that edge, and you learn new things. And so even though it looks like the glass is full of stones, Harshil has put in it pebbles. Now the glass looks even more full. Okay? If you are a challenge person, have experience in drum circle facilitation, and has done the 3-day both as a beginner and at least once as a challenge, when you come to the 6-day training program, Arthur fills it with water. Big chunks of information, basic facilitation skills, small chunks of information, the deeper aspects and the concepts, and finally, the water in between the small pebbles and the big rocks. So you immerse yourself, literally immerse yourself in the technology in a 6-day program. So a beginner comes to a 6-day training program. They get their 3-day training program in about 2.5 days. And they've got more time to practice and build the knowledge of drum circle facilitation in their body and absorb the concepts that in the 3-day program we talk about, but we don't absorb it that much. Concepts like following the people who follow you. We've got an exercise for that we do in the 6-day program that we cannot do in the 3-day program, right? Those aspects of the deeper concept of walking into the middle of a drum circle as a facilitator and facing your fears, as well as bringing in your courage, and also facing the unknown and what you don't know, while bringing in your knowledge and experience, is a powerful personal growth meditation that not only supports more learning for you as a facilitator, but enhances the experience of all the players in that circle. I have 60 years, my God, experience in this phenomena of facilitating modern day rhythm-based events. But not only that, but because you, Harshil, are going to be there, the students are going to get 2 trainers instead of 1. And they will be immersed in a community that gets built in the first day of 6 days of drumming, let alone 6 nights of late night drumming, and walk out with physical knowledge of the adaptability of drum circle facilitation. So not only will they walk away with the ability to facilitate the constituency for which they have come to the training to serve, kids in school, special needs people, corporate executives, you name it, okay? But they will walk away with the complete understanding of the adaptability of those tools to be able to serve other different populations. So we have a lot of people who are coming in who are school teachers or drum circle facilitators who are recreational drum circle drummers and want to create a business of bringing drums into schools. And so they're there because that's what they want to learn. I want to learn how to facilitate children in schools and adapt this technology. By the time they walk out of a 6-day training, they go, oh my God, right? So I can do the kids, but I can also do birthday parties, weddings, corporate events. And all of a sudden, it's like some musicians have to be in 9 bands to make a living. It's not just one band. It's like, well, we've got the wedding band. Then we have the performance band. Okay. Then we have the football band. And all of a sudden, you walk out of the training with malleability, flexibility, to be able to live your life as if you were always in the middle of a drum circle, to adapt to the changes in the world that are constant and probably next year and the year after that are going to be very big. To have that kind of flexibility to meet the needs of whatever is going to confront you in your life, as well as confront the society that you're serving. This is why we call drum circle facilitation rhythm care. You are becoming not just a drum circle facilitator, you will find yourself becoming a rhythm caregiver. The workbook you receive in the drum circle programs that Harshil has taught has more information in it than can possibly taught to you in 3 days. Your 3-day workbook is packed with a massive amount of information that you will discover as you go out and apply what you've learned from Harshil in a 3-day program. And then you take a look at your workbook and you go, what? I didn't see that, because you weren't ready to see it. And now you do. And you go, oh, okay, that's what he meant. Okay. This is 20 workbooks. This book, some students call the Bible for drum circle facilitators. And within this book is a lifetime of learning. If what you're doing in your life is moving you towards serving community, and if what you're doing in your life is sharing your rhythmical bliss with other people naturally, because that's why you drum, okay? then these elements are the elements that make a really good drum circle facilitator / rhythm caregiver. If you don't have a choice, that with inside your personal compass, you are being pulled to be a guide to other people, to that thing that gives you bliss and makes the world a better place for yourself as well as the people around you, then you don't have a choice. That's why. I would like to wrap up this interview by thanking you, Harshil, for the work that you're doing, because you don't have a choice, that you are already sharing your bliss with the rest of our community and helping to build a strong drum circle recreational community in all walks of life, from working with children to working with special needs, Alzheimer's disease, well, elderly, old people, young people, happy people, sad people. The work that you're doing is so important in the world. And I cannot wait to see you and give you a nice big hug while we teach together and add a few more rhythm caregivers to the Italian community to make that world a better place. Ciao, bello.